Welcome to Manifest. That's the name of this podcast. My name is Alexander. I'm a kahuna, which is a shaman in Hawaiian culture. Today, we're going to be talking about change, navigating change, understanding it, and some things that may come up while you are constantly going through change. So, this topic came up because recently in my life, a lot of things have changed. I would say within the past year, not real recent, like within the past few days or anything, but that's what I've noticed about life in general, that everything is constantly changing. And as you know, even like my hair, I just bleached my hair again. Um, I kind of like change. Uh, I'm always someone who is searching for something new. Sometimes I feel like energy is stagnant, like it needs to be moved around. So I'll do things like this where it's like um, a visual representation of something changing. I like those types of things because it's a subliminal message for me to remind me that something happened, something changed. So it could be, or in most of the time, it's a good change. So it's kind of doing stuff like this, like dyeing my hair, is like a solidifying of the transformation or the energy. For some people, they have a hard time with change. They like things to be more constant, more stable. I like those things too, but it can get boring for me. I kind of realize that I get bored really fast just because I'm a Gemini. I have a dualistic nature to me where I want constant um, stability, but then there's an adventurous side of me that likes to just do things at random and go with the flow. Also, being a Gemini, I'm always on the search for information. I'm very um, in my head a lot. That's why I'm telepathic, I think, as well. Uh, Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury deals with communication. So to me, it makes sense as to me being telepathic, where that's just another form of communication. And then being always on the search for new information and ideas, it gives me a sense of fulfillment, accomplishment. I'm learning, especially now that I'm older, I can learn about things that interest me. Whereas when I was younger, I was kind of force fed, through the school system or even maybe my parents, what they wanted for me. So being that freedom was always one of my main goals because, like I said, as a child, you have very little freedom depending on your relationship with your parents and your environment. But for me, I had freedom, but just not the freedom I wanted. You know, for a lot of people, it's like that. And then as you get older, you might go through a stage of just breaking free out of your shell, where you're just completely free and you just kind of run reckless. Um, I did have that stage, but that was more of like everything growing up. It wasn't just like a so many years. So mine could have lasted a lot longer. I did have a lot of freedom in that sense. But yeah, going back to the topic of change, some people do have a hard time with it just because they like routines. They like to stick to the routines, and then when things do change, it makes them frustrated. It stresses them out. Uh, those types of people, it's a little bit harder to navigate life, especially if it's um, constantly moving and things are changing, plans are changing, people are changing. So for them, it might be a little bit harder. They might have to get coping mechanisms. Hopefully, they are aware of this and they know how to deal with these things. For some people, it could be drugs, alcohol, could be eating, could be working out. Um, Everyone is different. They like to deal with stress and change differently. So knowing yourself and how you deal with it, also the triggers, what triggers you to act in certain ways and possibly do things that you wouldn't normally do. Knowing that can help you navigate your journey. I've been into psychology and looking at habits for a long time. One of the reasons when I was younger was my mom used to smoke, and I wanted to understand why she did it. So I would read psychology books or look up how to break habits. And then that kind of led me down the rabbit hole of self help and trying to help myself. At that time when I was younger, I wasn't really lean or have abs, and that's always what I wanted to do. Being in sports, I was always pretty healthy. You know, I was a little bit on the bigger side, muscular, and weight as well. So I did like the idea of being more lean. Even right now, I'm a little bit. I have a little bit of body fat, so I'm trying to drop it down and get to 6%. So just things like that, and knowing that that's a process. Your body will change along with your mindset, hopefully in good ways. Know that it can be not healthy. Like you can have a skewed image of yourself. So just know that, like body dysmorphia, and that can lead to different things like anorexia or just overall constant viewing yourself in the mirror, which isn't good. I mean, you should feel um, happy with yourself wherever you are, and it doesn't have to just be like physical. It could just be where wow, where you are in your life. Like some people want to get married, they're not married, they want to have children or buy a house, and they have like these checkpoints that they have, but they haven't gotten there yet. So know that it's a process. Everything is a process. It takes time. Um, Especially if you believe in manifestation or divine timing. Uh, so right there, how I was sitting like this, I watched a podcast with Chase Hughes, and he was talking about people when they feel kind of insecure or they're trying to protect themselves, they will go into protective body language, which is what that was. So I was like this, I was protecting my arteries. So just being aware of that as well. So that's why I sat up more straight, just to be more in my body. And I've been trying to do that as well too, is like work on posture. Um, so my body expression is the same as the way I actually feel. Uh, that could have been because I was talking about the body fat. You know, I'm trying to get to where I want to be. So in that instance, I was feeling a little down about my body image. But change is good. I welcome change. I think you should too, especially if you're trying to grow. I think that adds another dimension to it as well, is when you're constantly trying to better yourself to get to a new level, you understand that change is part of it. It's impossible to get to a new level without something changing. Uh, I've always been like that. I think my parents helped me, especially in terms of sports and school. They've always pushed me. So I was always testing boundaries. Um, and things were constantly changing around me. I think for me, it was a little extreme where it was on the one side of the spectrum where it was constant change. There was no stability, there was no grounding. So I had to find that within myself. I did that through meditation, exercise, like I said, sports, and reading. The search for knowledge helped me regulate my nervous system and kind of bring myself back to my body. So that was some of the challenges I had. You might be similar. You might go through other challenges where you're just in constant grounding. You're not really spontaneous. You're not really living. So for you, you need to just kind of step out of your shell a little bit more and allow yourself to have experiences. Some people, it might be fear of failure that keeps them from branching out and doing things that they really want to experience. Everyone is the same, everyone has a sense of fear. Um, the more you break down these barriers, the easier it will get. Just like taking a leap of faith. I'm currently doing that with this new venture. Trying to be a motivational speaker. I want that to be my career, especially with my life the way it's gone. I feel like I inspire people. I've always done that. So I want that to be my main source of income. Along with others, I will branch out, have other sources of income, but I want my main source to come from motivational speaking. Um, yeah, but taking a leap of faith is a lot easier now just because I've done it so many times and it's worked out. Uh, it could have been at the last second where I was about to give up or a doubt was about to kind of overtake my faith, and that's when things really played out for me. So, um, yeah, I'm have complete faith in God, myself as well too. Like my intuition, I trust myself. Um, I've gotten myself out of a lot of situations, life and death situations, um, and just kind of sidestepped a lot of situations as well. So I learned to trust myself. I'm gonna have a drink of this tea I just made. So right now it's morning time. It's kind of late. It's like 7:30, but it's still morning for me. I haven't done my morning workout. I chose to do this video before to kind of get things going. But yeah, so change is always happening. Embrace it. I mean, that's really all you could do. You have two choices. You can go with it or you can fight it. Um, if the change is out of your hands, I mean, there's really nothing you can do. So you might as well just embrace it. And understanding that as well too, um, what you can control and what you cannot control. Focusing on what you can control and the things you have the power to change will help shift your mindset. Um, some things happen for a reason, like a divine plan, God's plan, and understanding this will help you navigate as well. Having faith in your higher power, that you're being led to where you need to, meeting the people you need to, having the experiences you need to, and it's all for your highest good. But then realizing at some point that you are the creator of your reality. Your energy is attracting more energy. So if you want to have more of an experience, stay in that vibration. And if you want to have less, then see what vibration you need to be in to experience that. Um, but that's pretty much it for change. I mean, it's a constant thing. If you allow it to happen, especially if it's something that cannot be changed or cannot be, um, it's out of your power. I mean, it's something that you just have to go along with. Then just understanding that is will help you, because some people can crash out. They'll get to the point of crashing out where they will just downward spiral because of the change, and then it'll take them a little bit to climb back out of that little hole they may have gotten in. Depending on how long they're there, they could be in the hole for a while. So just understanding that. But once you get to the point of consciousness where you understand that you're the one creating your reality, that's when it gets to be a lot more freeing. It's all energy. Energy is always moving as well too, so it's constant change with energy. So not holding on to a certain vibration, allowing it to settle and then leave, um, and let it just be, let it flow. Just remaining open to receive whatever is meant for you and however it is meant for you to receive. That's one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn along my journey is being open to receive in many different ways. I may want something to happen at a certain time or in a certain way, but that's not really the divine plan. So just understanding that and having full faith that I will get what I want in the very end. It can be hard for some people, especially if they haven't experienced that. They don't really have faith, so it's hard for them to step out because they have always been hurt or they've always been let down. For those people, I would say work on yourself. Like, don't let yourself down. Get small wins. Like, um, one of the examples is when you first wake up, make your bed. So that's kind of like a accomplishment already that you did is you made your bed. So that's a small win. And then for something else, if you're trying not to drink coffee in the morning, have a cup of tea or do small things that'll add up. Like it'll build your confidence, it'll build your relationship with yourself. So you're not going down that spiral. You're gaining the positive reinforcement you need to keep going. But yeah, guys, I hope you liked this video. You got something maybe resonated. You can relate as well. But so now in the description box, I added, I think my Facebook was already there, but then I added my YouTube channels. So this one is Manifest. I also have a tarot YouTube channel, which is Kahuna Tarot. If you're interested in tarot, you can go over there, check it out. I have different topics or different readings I have. Um, on my Facebook, there's a link to my website that shows the different services I offer. I would put a link in the description box, but it's the URL is too long, so that's why I direct people to my Facebook. Also, I released 2 books. If you're interested in those, let me know. I'm in the process of finishing my autobiography. It's like really soon that I'll be done with that. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested in that. I know a few people asked me about it, and I was still in the process of writing it, so it'll shortly be released. Um, let's see, anything else? Not really. Oh, share these videos. I'm trying to grow this channel, get the message out. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can message me on here, my website, or my Facebook. Everything is public, so it's all open. I think even on my Facebook, it has my number or my business number, so you can talk to me on there as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you on the next video.